Is your remodeling company stuck in a business valley of death? I'm going to show you some common business breakpoints so that you can see if you're stuck in one of them and how to get out. Business gets much more complex as you scale, but it's not the revenue that makes it complex, it's the people. Think about it. If you've ever added just one more person to your business, it made things more complex. It added a layer of communication, a layer of accountability. You needed a spelled out system and a process for everything that person would be handling for you. I'm Spencer Powell, CEO at BuilderFunnel. We're on our way to generating $1 billion in revenue for our clients. Hit subscribe to follow along. Going from just 2 people to 3 people in your business increases your team size by 50%, but the complexity triples. Here's a great graphic from Vern Harnish in the book Scaling Up that shows this. In his book, Vern explains 3 barriers to growth: leadership, scalable infrastructure, and marketing. Solving for those 3 can help you navigate the business valleys of death that occur when you hit certain sizes. And those sizes are related to people. Revenue may vary, but it typically has to do with the complexity. At 1 to 3 people, you have a simple setup and things aren't overly complex. Then you hit a valley of death between 4 and 7 people. 8 to 12 people is typically an efficient company with a leader and a bunch of helpers. You hit another valley of death from 13 people all the way to 39. 40 to 70 people is typically a company with 5 to 7 senior leaders, each leading teams of 7 to 10 people. After that, there's a giant valley of death until you get to about 350 people. These are some natural peaks and valleys along the growth journey, and according to Vern and his team, any team stuck in between the natural clusters of 1 to 3, 8 to 12, or 40 to 70 is probably feeling a bit stuck. Things are taking longer to complete, and problems you once solved are coming back around. You're big, but you're not big enough. Now, I can only speak from experience in navigating the first 2 peaks, and BuilderFunnel is currently in the valley of death before 40 to 70. We're nearly out of it, and I expect we'll spend a few years in the 40 to 70 person range after that. So, what have I learned about moving through these first few phases? 1. This is how we've always done it is poison. It holds you back. You simply can't do things the same as you grow. Number 2, training up versus hiring talent. It feels like you can't afford the top talent, so you hire entry level and you train up. Or you hire in the middle versus finding someone who's done what you're trying to do. Looking back, I'd stretch to hire for talent first, as it allows you to go much faster. 3, developing your leadership team is tough when you're small. Are they the right people? Do they have the skills to lead others or manage others? You're training leaders to lead and training managers to manage versus hiring with experience. Usually, you can't afford the experience. Number 4, sprint to the next level. If I was around 4 or 5 people right now, I'd be looking to get to 8 to 10 as fast as I can. That's what we're doing right now. Once we discovered we're in a big valley of death between 12 and 40 people, we started sprinting faster. Currently, we're at about 32 and pushing towards that 40 number. Number 5, identify your biggest gap. Is it leadership? Is it scalable infrastructure? Or is it marketing holding you back from getting to the next plateau? Number 6, delegation is probably holding you back. It held me back for many years. It's easy to delegate things you are weak in or don't enjoy. Your biggest strength may be the company's biggest weakness because you simply don't have time to do enough of it, or you're still wearing too many hats. I saw the most growth when I started passing off things I was strong in. Each time I did that allowed me to focus even more where the company needed my time. It's a continuous process of letting go and then reallocating that time. Number 7, strong marketing and sales solves most problems. And this includes attracting new customers and talent as you grow. It's uncomfortable being in a valley of death. I would know as I've spent much of my business career in the middle of one. Knowing this information though, it gave me clarity on what I should do next. After looking at these breakpoints, you may decide that 8 to 12 people is the perfect business for you. You can lead the team and you've got your finger on the pulse across the entire business. It's an efficient model and you're probably pretty profitable. Or maybe you want to stay small with just a few people. It's a simple business and it gives you a lot more freedom and flexibility. But you also might be realizing that you want to get bigger, but you need to get significantly bigger to come out of the valley. If that's the case, hopefully you have a clear line of sight on what you need to do next to move to the next stage. As a next step, we're going to drop a link to the book that I mentioned throughout this video so that you can grab a copy for yourself. And with that, we'll see you next time here on BuilderFunnel TV.